Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem. And I'm going to combine it, of course, with the Summer Challenge at uh, Scrapbook Challenges UK. And the recipe for Mixed Media Mayhem calls for stencil, washi tape, and more than one spray color. And my summer challenge recipe is for a rectangle, the color yellow, some wood, some texture paste, and a border punch or die. So I'm going to do, the, I've used all of those things recently, so I'm going to use them a little bit differently today. My photos are this series of 7 photos we took, I want to say 2015. During fall break when we took Katie and Barrett to Margaritaville Beach Hotel in Pensacola Beach. And sadly, the hotel is no longer a Margaritaville. The hotel is still there, but it's called something else. But this was a kind of our home away from home. It was a kind of a quick 6-hour drive from the Atlanta area where we live. And we loved going there. John and I loved going there ourselves. It was kind of halfway between us and visiting my sister in Louisiana. And we loved it so much that we thought the kids would love it. So we took Ava there many times, and we took Katie and Barrett there. And when it was the first stop on our tour with John's ashes after he passed away in 2021. And so there's a little bit of John on the beach there, even if it isn't Margaritaville anymore. Each of these photos is a little bit different. The kids are, posed a little bit different. There was this little stand there with a picture of the hotel and the shark and the shark landing and the sign and so forth, and holes for their heads to come through. So they had a lot of fun. And when the kids are having fun, I kind of stand off aside from them and kind of just start snapping, and that's kind of what this was. And I wasn't able to choose. So anyway, I want to use them as film strip type. I want to evoke the idea of a film strip. So what I'm going to do is use this film strip stencil from Bramble Fox, and I need to kind of place it so that I can go along the angle of that film strip with this photo strip. So I have put a little bit of tape back there. I'm going to spray it so this frame is going to show, and that's going to be the rectangle that's required for my page for the summer challenge. So I think this placement would work right there. I'm going to kind of press down on the tape, and then I'm going to start spraying. I'm going to use, for the background, for the film strip, I don't necessarily need it to be high contrast. So I'm going to use this Twisted Citron, and I have not used the spray. This is the Distress Spritz, which has some mica in it, and so it's going to have some sheen. I'm going to put this box away. This has a few things that I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to use 3 more colors of the spritz on the big part of the title. So let me put that aside. I'll get this right here, and I'm going to move this up here so I don't spray ink on my laptop. So we'll do this. And I kind of want, as I said, I want and expect this frame to show. I need it to kind of stay down right there, but let me shake it up so I can hear the little ball. And I'm just going to start. Wow, it's coming out a totally different color than the label. And I'm just going to call that sand. It is not, well, it may dry lime green, but it doesn't appear that way now. I'm going to do this. In the past, this has, drying it has caused the sheen to kind of come up to the top. I'm a little disappointed because I love that lime green color, but it's kind of, it was at a beach hotel, and so I'm gonna say I intended for that to look like shiny, slightly green sand. So that's kind of goofy. I'm going to let that dry off to the side. Now we'll work on the title. Now the colors I've used so far are a purple and this picked raspberry pink. I'm going to use picked raspberry, worn lipstick. Maybe I didn't shake that enough. And spiced marmalade. So I'm going to go from hot pink to sort of slightly salmon pink to orange. We'll see how that works out for me. In the meantime, the sand is drying. So I'm going to put it over here. It does have, if you bring it up to the light, it does have a green tint to it, but it's not at all what I was expecting. Let me get these things out of the way. I'm going to cover up that glare by putting that right there. And I'm going to do some texture paste splatters. Okay, let's go with the orange first. I'm going to go kind of right there. That's a little bit darker orange than I thought. It's more of a copper color, and that's okay. It's not the bright orange that I thought it would be. I'll do that, and now I'll go to the hot pink that I've already used before. Okay, now, and that's my 3 colors. I'm going to do something now that I'm going to move it. It'll never dry if I leave it there. So I have to kind of lift it and put it on that acetate sheet that I had, but I need some paper towel roll to lay it on there. I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, which is kind of what process videos are about, right? I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pick it up in a place. If I had, if picking it up had caused this to look bad, I could have put a flower on it. That's why I picked it up on an area that I wouldn't mind covering up with an embellishment. So I'm going to leave this. I love how that looks, and it should look nice next to my sandy colored film strips. So let me put this aside on the floor and I'll bring this back. And now I'm going to do something else that's going to have to dry. I'm going to do some splatters. Let me see where I might want splatters. I'm going to use splatters as the backdrops for some floral clusters, I think. So I want one kind of right there, and then maybe another one right here. And I'll use the same one, actually. So I'll leave that right there. And I'm going to pull this out, and all my spritzes can kind of go up here. I'm also going to do some washi tape strips across this way, so I may do that before I do my next splat. Or I may not do a next splat. So we'll see. Okay, don't want a whole lot of washi tape, a whole lot of texture paste, because I'm not using any special paper here. I'm using just regular pattern paper, the back side of some pattern paper, and it's fairly thick, but it's not going to stand up to a whole lot. Now, I leave ink on my stencils when I ink images with stencils, because when I do paste, it picks up the ink and it gives it an edge, like you can see there, or maybe you can't see it. When I take close-up photos and post them on Instagram, you'll see it. It's just very, very faint, and it's kind of a pinkish color. So I'm going to put this down on the floor along with the other thing that's kind of percolating there. I'm going to do some washi tape strips, but first of all, you remember that one of the requirements for the summer challenge is a border punch. Well, I took some washi tape, this washi tape, which is from the Bold and Bright collection by Vicki Boutin, and I put it on just regular typing paper, and then I ran that through a scallop border punch. So I'm cutting that off, and I'll use that as one of my washi tape strips. Let me kind of cut a clean edge on it. I tore the washi tape, which is how I usually treat washi tape. So that's going to go on there along with a couple other strips. I love this hot pink. I love this with the splats. And I like the, I love this. I'm not sure I have room for, or that my design that I have in my head will work with this wide tape. So I'm going to go look for a skinnier one. I like this black one that says, "Oh, hey, hello." So I'll do that. Now, I'm going to get a little bit of, let's look again. This is kind of how those are going to be. So I'm going to do the strips kind of along here. I want this bottom border to show. I don't want to hide that. So, and if my parts of my title kind of go over the washi tape, that's going to be okay. I'm going to kind of tear that. I'm going to tear it more so it looks like it's torn. And, ooh, I love this. I'm going to kind of do, I didn't tear that long enough, but I tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to kind of put it there, and we'll go with it however it works out. And I'm going to put this next. I'll put the scallop on the bottom because I want those scallops to show, but I don't want them to hide my rectangle. And I'm going to go doodle an edge around the rectangle. So again, I want to tear this edge so that it looks torn. And I'm going to make this one a little longer. And I'm going to kind of overlap it like so. And I have this black, which I think would look cute kind of right above that bit. So let me get it started somewhere. And this one I'll have to, it looks like there's an edge right there, but I'm not able to peel it up. I'm embarrassed that I haven't, that I didn't start these washi tape bits. And for those of you who have asked me, my pre-op meetings went well yesterday, and at the moment everything is a go for surgery on Tuesday the 13th at 5:30 in the morning. It's just going to be fun since James is going to be taking me. I'm not having any luck with this, and I really don't want to lose that black, but I'm going to go ahead and just put this on with glue. I'll worry about that later. And let me get some, let me get my glue here. And I think the next thing I need to do is, and I punched this incorrectly, so it has a little bit of a boo-foo, but I think boo-foos are kind of fun on scrapbook pages because it's art and it's not meant to be perfect. And you just really almost can't tell it because of the pattern that's on the washi tape. So there's that. And I don't know that I'm going to use a splat because I may just want that washi tape to show. And I kind of want this. It doesn't show much on this side. So you know what I'm going to do? Watch this. I'm going to pick it up, tear it off, and move it over. And that'll be covered up by my, I'm going to do the same thing here, even though I've got to hurry up before the glue dries. And this is kind of one of those, this falls into the category of warts and all, which is kind of what my videos are. If I make a mistake, the video contains me fixing that mistake. So there, let me get that off there. There, the tape shows up over here, and you can't tell that I tore it up. It gives me the look I want, and I get to hide the evidence. Oh, can't put that down yet. Let me get my doodling on here. I'm going to go like so, and like so. And I'll do the inside border as well. And make that kind of a frame for the film strip, as opposed to calling it a mistake that I sprayed outside the edges of the, okay, there. I think I'm good. I want to do some little doodly bits. Every once in a while. Kind of one right there would be good, and one right here, and then one, I've done one there. Let's do one there. Okay, done. Now we'll put the photo strip down, and I'll do it at a similar angle to that, but not exactly. In fact, I probably, well, no, that's good. That's good. If I move it over, you won't see the tape. And in fact, let me move it a little bit more in that way. Okay, and put some tape on the back of this, and I'll let this one follow this, but I'm going to move it up a bit. Okay, now I want to do a, now don't want my floral here to cover my washi tape, so maybe I'll do the floral up here, and I'll have it so that it's not covering my splat. This is a vellum leaf that if I had 1,000 of these in my stash, that wouldn't be enough. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the stem. I'm going to do it like this and let that kind of curl up. And then this is going to get a little bit of foam behind it. And I'm going to practice spraying with that with my twisted citron to see if I can get a little bit more green and less sandy color. But for this particular page, the sand isn't a huge stretch. Okay, now I don't think I'm going to do another splat unless, let me do a small one. Where did that stencil go? That stencil went, and now I've turned my title over. Okay, let's do this small splat. Actually, I'm going to do this little tiny small splat right there. And I may have enough paste on my knife already. I do. Okay, there. And why don't I do another small one, like some bubbly dots right there. That works. So some bubbles in the sand. Now I'm going to put this where it goes, put this down, and now let's bring our title in and see what it's going to look like. It's going to go right there. saying smile often, and that's a kind of a word of advice to the kids. Katie, the little girl in this photo, is all grown up and she's one of the most requested hairstylists and makeup artists at her salon. And Barrett is an Army reservist who is moving in to his college dorm slash frat house slash apartment this weekend. So these kids have grown up, bless their hearts. Now I have this little piece that I was going to put up here. Live in full color, smile often, and then stories to tell, things to remember. It's kind of it's all the title is smile often, but everything here can be considered part of a really long title that's advice from a grandma to her awesome grandkids. Do I want it there or over here? And I could, because that's a vellum leaf, that might show. I'm going to move it here and I'll let it go kind of between these two leaves. And what I did there, that is a washi tape sticker. It's a piece from the paper repack from that collection from Bright and Bold, or Bold and Bright. And I've let it, I've kept it on its backing and I put foam behind it. So it's not, it has a little more dimension. And this, I thought, would work right up next to that. Maybe down a little lower. And my rectangle isn't quite so obvious, but I think I'll try to claim that point anyway. We'll see. I may find another rectangle to add in. So I have these two tropical leaves that I thought I might add up here to that cluster. And I have this little seagull that I thought could go right there on that camera. I have a wooden camera, but I don't need a camera, and I have two little wooden hearts that can go for my and I'll put sea or starfish. Let's see, let me put the pink one over here with the hibiscus, and then I'll put this one here, and I'll go find something else to put down here to have a third element. Maybe something in this, well, let's look at the sticker pack. Maybe a, let's see what we have. I know that there's this pair of butterflies, but let me repeat this orange color by pulling this this circle here. I'll put it there, and I'll arrange this starfish and this hibiscus on there, and then the circle kind of looks like the third element, and but I can still find something small to go right there. Maybe, oh. Let's rethink this. I'm going to pull this out because there is this tiny little floral cluster that is the exact same flower as that. And so I'm going to put a tiny bit of foam under it, if I can find my scissors. And we'll mount it on top of that orange circle, and it's perfect. And then I can add the other things kind of around this. So I can do it sort of like that. And then I can put the starfish here, and the hibiscus, let's see which side had the glue before. I'll put it maybe right there on the very edge of the paper. That works for me. Let me do my little seagull here. The seagull, the starfish, and the tropical leaves, all of that is Bramble Fox. These tropical leaves, I can never get enough tropical leaves. I use them up as soon as they come in, and I'm ending up needing to order more. I think I have 2 dark green ones left. I'm just madly in love with these lime green ones, and I thought this was going to be lime green. I know I'm harping on that, and I'm sure it's user error and nothing wrong with the ink itself, but Scrappy Cathy needs to learn how to use it. I love the title. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And it gives me my mixed media mayhem requirement of multiple sprays. Okay, so I've got that there. I have this, which came from a favorite collection of mine called Sandy Toes. That was by, what's the Australian company? Anyway, I'm including it kind of as a nod to John because he loved that collection, and when I ordered the papers and embellishments, he actually, it was right before our South Pacific cruise, he ordered the album, and our South Pacific cruise photos are in that. So this has like an arrow. I'm going to treat it as though it's a sign, and I'm just going to put it down here, and it's saying my snapshots, and I'm thinking that may be all I do. I kind of like, I wouldn't mind some more color. Let's see that I have everything I need. I have the rectangle, though it isn't terribly visible. The color yellow, wood veneer hearts, texture paste, and the border punch is this washi tape scalloped border. And the mixed media mayhem recipe calls for a stencil, which is what I did that with, washi tape, and more than one spray. And I used 3 on the title alone. let alone the different one that I use there. And let's see what else I can add here. I might take, ooh, look at that pretty camera. And this is a kind of cool dotty sort of thing. And of course, one always wants a cool dotty sort of thing. Here's a bit that says go after your dreams, and this one is kind of cute to go like right there. And then I can add a something pretty up there, maybe a star. I don't know that I have any stars left. Maybe on one of these other sheets there is a yellow star. So I'll just put that there. I'm still looking for a place for this. I'm going to put some glue down here to anchor that. I got it in the wrong place, but that won't hurt anything. This color is down here, these blue colors, so maybe I'll put that right there, just as a, to kind of repeat the color in a different place. I think I'm gonna, let's see just taking a break. This is good because they were on fall break from school, and we borrowed them. I'm gonna put this right here, and I'll put a little foam behind it, and then we're done. We are done. And I thank you very much for watching. I thank all of you who participated as I'm doing this for you. It's Thursday, which is the hop for celebrating my 2,000 subbies. And I thank all of you who are among the 2,000, or any of you who want to become among the next 2,000. I thank you all more than I could ever express, because together, as I've been doing this, it's been very cathartic at times, because I've had a rough time with illness and grief and all of those fun things, and I haven't had I've had some health reversals. Hopefully some of the pain that leads to other problems will be taken care of with this surgery next Tuesday. So let me move this over so I'm hiding that thing. I think I have my big cluster there, a little cluster here, a tiny tab there, and a gigantic long title. So I'm happy with this page. I love it, and I think the kids will like it too. It's always nice, as they're both dealing with very grown-up kinds of concerns right now. It's great to look back when they were just carefree kids at the beach, and goofing around while John and I were checking in. So I thank you for watching. Bye.